I still check your profile, hoping you miss me too. It's been a while, but I still do it. I open my phone, type in your name like it's a habit I never unlearned, and I check your profile. Not because I want to see something specific, not because I expect some big post or long caption about missing me, but because a part of me still hopes deep down that maybe, just maybe, you're missing me too. It's strange, isn't it? How someone who used to be a part of my everyday now feels like a stranger I have to search for. There was a time when I didn't have to wonder how you felt. You'd tell me, call me, message me, share your random thoughts, your tired eyes, your favorite memes. Now, I just scroll through the pieces you leave behind, trying to read between the lines. A story you posted at midnight, a song you shared without a caption, a blurry sunset photo with no tags. I stare at it longer than I should, asking myself, is that meant for me? Is this how you say you're thinking of me too? I know I shouldn't do this. I know it's not healthy, but this is how my heart works, quiet and stubborn. You might be out there living your life like I never existed, but I still pause at your name, still hesitate before watching your stories, still keep your last message saved, even though I pretend I've moved on. Because love like that doesn't just vanish, fades slowly, in silence, in 3 a.m. thoughts, in songs that suddenly hurt again. I've stopped messaging. I've stopped reaching out. I don't like any posts. I don't comment. I don't react. But I'm still there, watching, wondering, hoping. Because even if you're smiling in your pictures, even if it looks like you're okay without me, I still hold on to that small, fragile hope that maybe, just like I'm checking your profile right now, you're checking mine too. It happened at 1:14 a.m. I wasn't expecting it. I was just lying there, doing what I always do, scrolling, half asleep, half thinking of you again. And then I saw it. A notification. Someone liked your old post from 6 months ago. I tapped it fast, too fast. It was you. You liked a photo I'd forgotten I even posted. It wasn't anything special. Just a random picture of my view one evening, a little caption about peace. But you knew what it meant. You were the only one who knew where I was that day, and why I posted it. My heart started racing. Did you mean to like it? Was it a mistake? Were you scrolling like I do? Quietly, secretly, hoping I'd feel something? That one tiny heart on a picture hit harder than anything else had in months. I didn't react, didn't message you, didn't like anything back. I just stared at the screen for a while, wondering, what are you trying to say? Or were you saying anything at all? That's the hardest part about this kind of silence. It's loud in my chest but quiet on the outside. So much left unsaid. So many questions hanging in the air between two people who used to know each other so well. But I'll be honest, that one like, it gave me something. Not closure, not answers, but a little proof that maybe you thought of me too, even just for a second, even just long enough to scroll back and remember. And maybe that's what missing someone really looks like in today's world. Not letters or calls, but a late-night click on an old memory. And even though you disappeared again, I still look at that notification sometimes. Because for one small, quiet moment, you came back. After that night, I tried to act normal. I told myself it didn't mean anything. Just a tap, just a like. But something in me shifted. Because once someone from your past reaches out, even in silence, your heart remembers how loud their presence used to be. So I checked more. Not every hour, but more than I should have. You posted again, just a photo of the sky. No caption. But I stared at it like it had hidden meaning. Like maybe you were talking to me without saying my name. I didn't react. I didn't want to be the one who looked desperate. The one still hanging on. But inside, I was hoping you'd do it again. That maybe you'd like something else. Maybe message. Maybe say, hey, I saw your post too. But you didn't. Not at first. Instead, days passed. Quiet again. Back to silence. And then it happened out of nowhere. A message. Just 2 words. Still awake. I stared at it for a long time. You didn't say hi. You didn't explain where you've been. You just asked the simplest thing. Like no time had passed. Like you were still someone who had the right to ask me that. And the crazy part? My heart answered before I did. Of course I'm awake. I've been waiting. But I didn't say that. I replied softly, yeah, you. And just like that, the silence was broken. Not fully, not loudly, but just enough for a little bit of light to get in again. We didn't talk for long that night. No deep questions. No dramatic lines. Just small things. How you've been. How I've been. Things we didn't share online. And even though we didn't talk about us, we both knew that's where it was going. Somewhere in between your typing pauses and my careful replies, it felt like we were both holding something we weren't ready to let go of. Not yet. Maybe not ever. So now, when I check your profile, it's different. Not with pain, but with a quiet kind of hope. Because now I know you were checking mine too. The conversations didn't come every day. Sometimes you'd message me late at night. Other times, not for days. But still, it was something. I didn't push. I didn't ask for more than you could give. Because even those small replies, even those late-night check-ins, they felt better than silence. Then one night, you messaged again. Can I ask you something honest? I froze for a second. Because when someone says that, you already know what's coming might not be easy. Of course, I replied. And then your words came, slower this time. Why didn't you fight for me back then? That question hit harder than anything. I stared at the screen, feeling everything I had buried come rushing back. The nights I stared at your name, afraid to call. The messages I typed and deleted. The way I convinced myself you'd moved on. So I tried to move on too. I replied carefully, my fingers shaking just a little. Because you were already walking away. And I didn't know if pulling you back would hurt you more. Or me. You read it. Didn't reply right away. Minutes passed. Then, I wasn't walking away because I stopped loving you. I walked away because I didn't think you did. That one shattered me. Because all this time I thought it was you pulling away. You closing the door. But now, it turns out we were both standing on opposite sides, waiting for the other to knock. I took a breath and typed, I never stopped loving you. I just thought loving you quietly from a distance would hurt less than getting ignored up close. This time, the reply came fast. I never ignored you. I was just broken. And suddenly, the silence between us made more sense. It wasn't anger. It wasn't rejection. It was two people carrying too much pain, trying to protect each other by stepping away. We talked for hours that night. We didn't fix everything. We didn't say, let's start over, or, I still want you. But we finally said the things we kept inside. And sometimes that's the first step. Letting someone know, hey, I was hurting too. I just didn't know how to say it. And now, every message after that one feels more real. Less like checking in on someone who disappeared. More like coming home. After that night, something shifted. Our messages became longer. Slower, yes. Careful, yes. But honest. It wasn't about catching up anymore. It was about unpacking everything we had carried alone. We started revisiting moments we never talked about before. That one night when you went quiet mid-conversation, and I thought you were done with me. That time I posted something vague, and you assumed it was about someone else. The calls we didn't answer. The words we waited too long to say. And then came the question. The one I knew was coming. Do you think we should try again? I stared at it for a long time. Because how do you answer something like that? When your heart says yes, but your fear whispers don't go through that again. So I answered the only way I knew how. I think about it. Every day. You replied fast. Me too. But I'm scared. And I typed slowly this time. Me too. But missing you quietly hurts more than trying again. The typing bubble popped up instantly. Then, so, what if we don't rush? What if we don't call it anything yet? We just take small steps. Just be here this time. For real. That felt right. Because love isn't always about jumping back in headfirst. Sometimes it's about walking in carefully. Knowing the water is cold. Knowing you might trip again. But still going together. So we made a quiet agreement, no promises yet. No labels. Just presence. We talk. Share again. Be patient with each other's fears. Heal without pretending it never hurt. And now, when I check your profile, it's not from a place of longing. It's just habit, a soft one, like checking if someone you care about got home safe. Because I don't need to hope you miss me anymore. I know now, you do.